Okay, okay. Hello guys, how are you doing? Today I wanted to talk about a topic called why do people give up so early? You know, if someone wants to be fit, if someone wants to chase their dreams or their goals, or if someone wants to quit their bad habit or their bad addiction and they want to improve their lifestyle, why do we quit so early before we make a change? You know, for example, let's say someone is working hard towards being a scientist, for example. You know, he is working hard towards being a scientist, he's studying, he's doing what he needs to do, but it feels so hard, it feels so exhausting, and he just feels like, you know what, this is too overwhelming, I can't do it. So he just basically gives up early. Most people, the reason why most people give up early is because the feeling of something, when something feels so hard, we naturally want to just give up and not continue doing it. You know, when something feels unbearable, when something feels so challenging, that's why most people give up, because it feels hard. It feels challenging, and it's just like, I don't know if it's worth it, my time and energy. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know, maybe I should just give up. That's what a lot of people think. A lot of people feel like, I can't do it, this is too much for me, I'm just gonna give up. But let me tell you one thing. Life is not always meant to be easy. Obstacles are going to be in your way, challenges are going to be in your way. You just have to keep going no matter how hard it is, because you know, life is full of obstacles, life is up and down, and you know, success, especially success for whatever you want in life, it's not meant to be easy. You know, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a scientist, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be a fitness coach, whatever goals you have, whatever passion you have in life, whatever you want to achieve in life, you have to understand that it's not going to be easy. It's hard, it's challenging, it's tough, and it's mentally exhausting at times. Why? Because we, as humans, and this is very common, we don't like a lot of resistance and we don't like a lot of hardships in our life. When we do something, we want something to be easy, and this is how a lot of people think. The moment something feels hard, it's an instinct of the human being to naturally avoid that hardship. But when something feels easy, we don't want to avoid it. But this is where you have to discipline yourself. Because most people don't have discipline, that's why most people give up early. Because most people don't understand how hard work and effort works, that's why most people give up early. Discipline is so important if you don't want to give up in life. If you have no discipline and you want to exercise, you want to be fit, you want to change your physique, you want to lose, you want to gain weight, you want to have muscle, you want to do crazy calisthenic skills, you want to do a muscle up, whatever goal you have, if you only exercise because you feel like doing it, but you don't feel like doing it, and life sucks and you stop, that's why most people give up. If I'm studying hard for an exam, but I don't feel like studying, and then I'm like, you know what, I don't want to study, forget about it, and then this person just gives up and he doesn't pass his exam, that's where most people give up. Discipline is very important in life if you don't want to give up. If you want to continue in life, if you want to grow in life, if you want to grow to become the best version of yourself and feel alive and feel like yourself, then you cannot give up in life. You have to keep going no matter what life throws at you, and you just have to keep doing over and over and over again. It's going to be hard. You know, life circumstances are hard. Sometimes I want to give up. Sometimes I just want to just, you know, come back to my comfort zone, especially comfort zone. Most people can't move in life, and most people give up in life because of their comfort zone. You know, if I'm comfortable with playing video games, if I'm comfortable with eating junk food, if I'm comfortable watching pornography, doom scrolling, listening to music, when we are, especially if we're addicted, when I'm addicted to my comfort zone, naturally I don't want to step out of my comfort zone. And if I do step out of my comfort zone, the moment it starts to feel hard, the moment things start to feel so hard in life, that's where I start to give up so early in life, because I'm like, I can't do it, man. I'm so comfortable in my comfort zone. I can't go outside. I can't socialize. I can't communicate to people. I can't exercise outside. I can't go outside and really put in the effort to achieve my fitness and goals. I can't quit my addictions. I can't change for the best. It feels so uncomfortable. I want to go back to my comfort zone. You know, if you want to grow in life, if you want to be the best version of yourself in life, if you really want to be at the top in life, then you have to step out of your comfort zone and you have to make effort. If there's no effort, there's no change. Especially comparing your life to other people's life. There's a saying, there's a saying that goes, comparison is a thief of all joy. If I compare my life to other people's life, if I look at this person's life and I'm like, why is he so successful? How is he doing that and that? For example, let's say calisthenics. I'm trying to train calisthenics. And I'm watching someone on Instagram. He can do crazy skills. This person can do handstand, one arm handstand. They can do a planche. They can do a front lever and a back lever. They can do a muscle up. They can do human flag. Like, I'm looking at someone who can do crazy skills, and I'm shocked by the skills they can do. And in my head, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. How on earth do you do those skills? Like, how on earth do you even get there? You know, in my head, I'm looking at that and I'm like, that's so crazy. Like, how do you do that? And then if I keep looking at this person's life again, and again, then eventually I will want to give up in life. You know what? I can't do it. It's too much for me. It's mentally exhausting for me. I really cannot do it. I just want to give up. It's just like, it's not working. And then we just want to give up early in life. Don't compare your life to other people's life. If you keep looking at this person's life, if you keep looking at other people's life, if you want to achieve something that someone already has, but you keep looking at what someone has and you don't have it, like, why don't I have it? Why don't I have it? I really want to have it. You're just putting a lot of stress and pressure into yourself for no reason. And naturally, your instinct will be, you know what? I want to give up in life. I can't, man. This is too much for me. And then you'd end up giving up in life. And then you don't want to move forward in life. And that's it. You've lost the momentum. You want to give up in life. And you don't want to grow in life. You have to understand that in life, the reason why most people give up is because, number one, they have no discipline. The noun of discipline is doing what you know you should do instead of what you want to do. We have to do no matter how we feel. If not, and we keep following our desires, we will give up in life. Number two, we keep comparing our life to other people's life. If I'm comparing my life to someone who has better fitness than me, if I want to be rich and I'm comparing my life to someone who's rich, who's rich and all of that stuff, if I keep comparing my life, then I will just naturally start to hate my life. I'll start to feel stressed, down and depressed, and I'll have that feeling of giving up. And the more I keep comparing my life, the more I'll want to give up, and then I'll just give up. So number one, if we lack discipline, we give up in life. Number two, if I compare my life to other people's life, I'll give up. And number three, sometimes we want quick results. You know, sometimes in life, I'm like, man, you know, what I want quick success. You know, someone's learning a handstand. Why is it taking forever? Someone is, you know, studying or pursuing a career they want to pursue, like, for example, being a rapper. Why is it taking forever? You know, like, why is it taking so long? I want it right now. I want it so quick. If we keep chasing quick results and we only expect quick results, those quick results are not always going to be there. Most of the time, with great success, there's no quick results. Great success takes time. Great success takes commitment. Great success takes consistency. And great success takes dedication. Success is a long journey. You can't expect quick results, quick wins, quick results, quick wins. You can't think like that. If you keep thinking in your head, I want quick results, I want quick wins, I want quick results, I want quick wins. If you keep thinking like that, then you'll give up in life. So number one, if we lack discipline, then that means automatically we are more in the category of giving up in life. Why? Because people who have discipline, they do no matter how they feel. But when you don't have discipline, you just do whatever you feel like. So that's why you give up in life, just because you don't have discipline. Number two, you keep comparing your life to other people's life. When you compare your life to other people's life, this person has that, this person has that, this person has that, why don't I have that? Naturally, I'll have that feeling of wanting to give up in life. And number three, wanting quick results. if I'm always chasing for fast results, why is this not working? Why is this not doing? I will give up in life. So if you have no discipline, if you keep comparing your life to other people's life, and if you keep chasing quick results, then automatically this is the reason why you want to give up in life, or why you give up so early in life, because you're comparing your life to other people's life, you're lacking discipline, and you're chasing quick results. When you keep chasing quick results, that's the reason why nothing is working for you, and that's the reason why you're struggling. Let me tell you something, right? The noun of consistency is you are what you repeatedly do every single day. Excellence is not an act by a habit. Consistency takes time. Consistency takes time to grow in life. Consistency takes time to be the best version of yourself in life. And consistency is something that you have to be patient with. What is consistency? Consistency is I stick to a routine, a lifestyle or a habit every single day without failure, without excuse, and never giving up. Most people who don't give up in life and who win in life is because of consistency. It's not about perfectionism. It's not about having the most amazing routine, having the best lifestyle. If you don't want to quit early in life, you need consistency. Every single day, find something small to do. It could be small stretches, it could be reading, it could be meditating, it could be exploring, it could be learning a skill or doing something towards your career every single day. Find something to do every single day that will allow you to improve and elevate you towards your career. You cannot improve in life, you cannot be in the best version of yourself in life if you keep chasing quick results, but instead if you keep doing consistency, you will win in life. If you don't want to give up in life, you need to have discipline. Discipline is so important. Discipline will teach you, hey, no matter how you feel, you keep doing. No matter how hard it is, you keep doing. No matter how boring it is, you keep doing. No matter how ugly it is, you just keep doing it. Like, it doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter how your mood is. It doesn't matter what you're going throughout the day. You just keep going no matter what it is. Consistency is keep going, keep going, keep going. Discipline, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. Consistency, discipline, avoid perfectionism. Another thing why people give up in life? Perfectionism. I need a perfect lifestyle. I need to do that and that and that and that every single day. I need to do that and that and that every single day. If I relapse, I'm going to give up in life. If I don't follow a certain structure or routine, or I miss one habit throughout the day, I'm going to give up in life. If one wrong moment happens in my life, I'm going to give up in my life. You can't do that. If you keep chasing a perfect lifestyle, you're definitely going to quit your life. If you keep chasing, I can't do this, I can't do that, I must have a strict routine, I must have a strict lifestyle. If you don't allow yourselves to be weak and make mistakes, but you say to yourself, I'm not allowed to do that, then what you're doing is you're giving yourself so much pressure to be perfect. And unfortunately in life, no one is perfect. The most disciplined people, the most, passionate people towards a perfect routine and a perfect lifestyle, they even fall to temptations and relapse at some point during their life, because we're humans. I'm going to fall, I'm going to fail, I'm going to relapse. I'm not always going to be successful. We're not always going to be successful in life. At some point in our life, we are going to fail, we are going to struggle, and things won't go our way. You just have to keep going. You just have to keep trying your best. You have to keep doing no matter how it feels. It's not easy. It's hard. It's a battle. But you have to understand one thing. Don't chase a perfect life. Focus on a balanced, consistency life. A balanced, consistent life will be more successful than a perfect life. A perfect life is, I need to wake up, I need to do that, 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 that and that. There's so many things he needs to do, and he wants to do every single day. Right now, there are people who probably do live a very, very, very good lifestyle. But there's no such thing as a perfect lifestyle. Every good lifestyle requires balance. Most successful people who don't relapse and lose in life, they have a balanced lifestyle. People who actually relapse and lose in life, they always want to chase a perfect lifestyle. It's like, for example, what example can I give? It's like having a big bucket and you having small marbles, and from a very far range, you're chucking each marble in the bucket. And you're saying each marble must go in the bucket. You chuck the first marble, it went in the bucket. You chuck the second marble, it went in the bucket. You chuck the third marble, you kept chucking and chucking and chucking, and they all went in the bucket. But guess what? One of them didn't go in the bucket. One of them was outside the bucket. You know? And the moment that happened, you're like, flip sakes, man, I give up. I don't want to continue in life. The second category is a person is chucking a marble in the bucket. Even when some of it is missed, he didn't get it in, he keeps chucking the marble in the bucket until he finishes it. And what's the result? The person who keeps aiming at the bucket with the marbles, he will, the person who keeps throwing marbles into the bucket, and the marbles, go inside, but the moment one falls outside, he gives up. His level of basket could, depending on how long it took, it could be either down, medium, or high. But in most cases, it'll probably be like between medium and low. And the person who keeps chucking in the bucket, but then he misses one shot, and he keeps going, his bucket will probably be filled more with marbles than the person who wants a perfect shot every single time. And this is life. If you keep chasing perfectionism, you're going to quit so early, you're going to give up so early, and you don't want to continue to be the best version of yourself in life, because why? Life sucks, this is too much for me. That's what happens. But if you chase consistency, if you keep going no matter what happens in your life, no matter the struggles you face in life, no matter the ups and downs you face in life, if you keep going, if you keep going no matter the circumstances you face in life, you automatically set yourself for more success, just because you don't chase what others are trying to have in their life, but you try to chase what naturally it's supposed to happen for you in life. Because life is like, you go, and then you fall. There isn't this perfect life. That doesn't exist. Most of the time, life is like this. Boom. And then you finally reach the destination. But look, you fell. You didn't have a perfect lifestyle, a perfect routine, but you kept going until you reached that destination. But if a person is always chasing a perfect lifestyle, like, look, okay, you know what? I give up. I can't do it anymore. Then you're not going to reach the end. Like, a perfect lifestyle is not like this. A perfect lifestyle is just going to lead you to like this. You were so close, but why did you give up and fall? Because you're chasing perfectionism. A person who doesn't chase perfectionism, his lifestyle is like this. Let's get back up. Let me get back up. And boom. I reached success. Success takes time. And we have to keep going no matter how hard it is. We have to keep going no matter how difficult it is. And we just have to keep grinding hard over and over and over again. Life is going to be hard. Life is going to be challenging. Life is going to be tough. But you just have to believe in yourself. You just have to have confidence in yourself. You just have to love in yourself. You just have to say, it's going to happen. I can do it. Most people, they give up in life because they lack discipline. They try to compare their life to other people's life. They try to chase for quick results. They try to have a perfect lifestyle. And also, they don't believe in themselves. When you don't believe in yourself, that's one of the reasons why most people give up in life. I don't love myself. I'm not going to win in life. I can't do it. Of course, you're going to quit in life. If you keep saying negative thoughts about yourself, you're training your mind to think negatively. And when you're indulging in that thought, you will think negatively. So you'll want to give up in life because your negative thoughts are so overwhelming, you just can't handle it anymore. But when you think positively about yourself, I can do it. I will win in life. I am the one. I am a champion. I know I'm going to win in life. I know I can do it. If you keep thinking positively about yourself, you will win in life. But however, if you keep thinking negatively about yourself, always having negative thoughts about yourself, having thoughts of wanting to give up in life, nothing is going to work for me, I'm not going to succeed, I'm not going to be in the best position in life, I'm going to be a failure. If you keep thinking bad about yourself, then you are going to actually be that. if you keep telling that to yourself, then you are what you think. Let me tell you one thing, you are what you think. If you think you can do it and you believe you can do it, I promise you, you will do it. If you think and believe you can't do it, then you can't do it, because the way you think actually affects the way you believe. And then when you believe that, you will live your life, and your action will be based on what you believe, and what you believe comes from what you think. So it's important that in life you have to train your mind to think positively, so that you start to believe that it's possible. And then once you believe it's possible, you will go into the action, and you will do what you will perform the action based on the belief and based on the thought. So if you want to win in life, if you want to feel the best, if you want to be the best version of yourself in life, you have to believe in yourself. You have to have the confidence. You have to just just do it. It doesn't matter what happens in life. It doesn't matter if things work or not. Just consistency, patience, go. Boom, 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 boom. I promise you, consistency is the best way to succeed in life. When you start something, yes, for example, me. I'm streaming on YouTube. I'm going live. I've been doing it for like 15 days in a row. Today is my 16 days in a row, and I have 0 viewers watching me. But I'm gonna keep going until I slowly build small audience, until it grows more and more. And this is life. It's gonna be down, and then slowly it's gonna go up, and then it's gonna go up. And life progress takes time. When people don't see progress because they chase quick results, it takes time. And you just have to keep going. You just have to keep trying. You just have to keep believing in yourself and have the confidence no matter how hard it is. Life is tough, but so are you. Never give up. Thank you so much for watching my live. Today's topic was about why people give up too early in life. I tried my best to explain. Hopefully you can benefit from the video. Thank you so much for watching.